Join TWR in 2023. TWR Thirsty Thursday and Lotto Picks. What is up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room. Guys, I'm back at you with another video. This is your Thirsty Thursday video. And guys, what a fantastic day we had today. Jeez, man, we were prepared for the dump. Now listen, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? If the market went and took off like a rocket, we would have been sunken ship, okay? Because we were definitely put heavy. But as it is, you know what? Hey, we made a killing today, and I'm going to have the recap of the alerts that we just went out there. But man, if you were part of Traders War Room and you were a market warrior, you absolutely destroyed it. And I got all sorts of love on social media, so thank you guys for being part of the team and bringing Traders War Room on your investing journey. And also, man, thank you for being just out there and showing me love on the social media, guys. I try very hard to get you guys those fire alerts. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this Thirsty Thursday and Lotto Friday. I got some great content for you, and I hope you stay for the whole video because at the end, I got some upcoming events that I think you're going to love. Without further ado, hey, if you're ready, follow me. And let's go to war together. Traders War Room, baby. Let's get it. Stay tuned at the end for new upcoming events. How's TWR doing thus far? All right, so let's first talk about this cheap lotto trade that we did on SPY. First, don't forget, all of our alerts got that time and date stamp because you know we keep things 100% around here. We entered at 14, trimmed at 17, and don't forget, guys, some of you even averaged down when I told you that it might be a good idea with the downtrending pressure. Averaged down when it opened at 4 cents. You guys made a killing off of this trade, and it was so cheap that it was easy to go in with, like, say, 50 contracts for a cheap price. Lunch money, and I got you $3 per contract on this cheap winner. How about this trade that we did on AI? Now, this was a YouTube trade, so of course, I didn't give you the alert inside of the Discord server. You had to watch the YouTube video, but I give you the updates. If you're a TWR premium member, you guys already know you get the good shiz. $35 per contract on this trade. Our running total currently $38 per one contract for the trades on the day. Let's talk about Google, man. Look at that entry. Boom, 69 right there. Out 630, guys, and it don't get much sweeter than that. That's $561 per contract. Just imagine for a moment getting 10 of these contracts at that particular profit margin. That's a running tab of $5.99 on the day so far. Now, I got to show this trade that we did on Amazon, and this is part of our $500 to $5,000 challenge. Now, you can only be in this challenge as a TWR premium member, but let's take a look at it because we absolutely banked on it. We initially pushed in with just 2 contracts at 185, but got a whole bunch of downward pressure. Averaged down on the dip with 15, so now we had 17 contracts, got an average of 133. Push the signal, go ahead and sell out at 530. Guys, that's a total. That's $397 per contract, and our running total bumps us up to $996 on the day. Now, let's talk about some of our SPY trades. We went ahead and got into this $412 put at 140, but mind you, that SPY is one of the best hedge type tickers that you can utilize as a tool in your arsenal, okay? So if you are struggling at a particular ticker, you guys need to learn how to trade SPY. All right, now let's take a look at some of our SPY trades. And mind you, SPY is one of the best hedger tools that you can utilize. If you got a trade that's going south or you don't know what to trade because everything's kind of moving whatever, go ahead and hop into SPY and make some money. But let's go ahead and look at this trade. $412 put that we got in on February 8th. We went ahead and got a one-day expiration date on this, and we got in at 140. And look at that. Today, because of that downward trend that we got, we ended up peeling out at 569. Can you say money, money, money? And that was good for $429 per contract, and our running total goes up to $1425 on the day. And since that iron was hot, man, on SPY, we went ahead and took another strike on it. Look at this trade. The 410 put, we pushed it out a little bit. Give ourselves some time in case we get the reversal. But we entered at 145 on the day. And we went ahead and cut half right there at that 358. And we left half. That pushes us to $212 per contract. And that's our running total of $1638. Now, I do have to say, just imagine getting multiple contracts of any of these trades. That's freaking bank right there, guys. Assumption on total is at least one trade per alert, near or at my entry and exit. $100 to $1,000 per day is possible when you're a TWR market warrior. So quit wasting money. That's not making money. Join TWR. The links are in the description. What's hot and what's not. Here is your market image, and guys, you can see absolutely just got destroyed all day today. And that was a fantastic day for riding momentum to the downside and coming out with some bank. Here's a heat map just to give you a little perspective on the lay of the land. This is the S&P 500, and as you can see, lot of red, a sea of red with little pockets of green in individual areas. And the green wasn't even that much green because it's all in the small stuff. Here's your futures in after hours. And remember, we don't really look at futures in after hour because it's really pre-market that we're looking for. However, if we base off a plan off of this, we got to expect that we're going to gap down in the morning and expect a lower opening. And here's your sector heat map. And as you can see, everything was red. Communication services took the biggest chunk of the decline, with consumer discretionary the least chunk of the decline. But everything from top to bottom just absolutely got destroyed. Here are your top gainers for the day. And, you know, we didn't have many that really just exploded, but there was a few pockets of some great ones. And the penny stock sector, guys, the penny stock sector, if you're not paying attention, you got to start getting hooked on the penny stocks because they are running. Top losers, and, you know, as we got the trending to the downside, we may not be looking for entries into these right at the moment. However, once we start to see some bounce type plays, these top losers are fantastic candidates for rejection from support and catching a bounce from the bottom. Here are your most active stocks. And of course, at the top of the list, you got your Tesla, you got your Qs, got the Google, the Bed Bath & Beyond, all of the ones that we normally would look for. And you're starting to see Boyle come back into the mix as well. And here are your most volatile stocks. And what we like about volatility, remember, is that volatility is what gives us the dramatic pushes to the upside and to the downside and can give us those dramatic payouts that we love and see. Here are your unusual options, and these are just idea generating type of tickers that can give you an idea of where the volume's at, where the open interest is at, and what is kind of shaking and baking so that potentially we can get a dramatic move based off of implied volatility and based off of just regular volatility. And with that idea in mind, here are your highest IV stocks. And again, why we like these is because these are the ones that are pinged with the highest implied volatility that is looking for the most dramatic shift going out 30 days or 60 days, so it can give you some great opportunities for some killer trades. And you got your 15 top trending tickers that have everyone's attention, and they got my attention as well. Now, they start off with just a curiosity, okay? It makes me interested in them. But when I start to see that volume creep in and I start to see the setups, now that it has my attention and I'm ready to pounce, especially if I see an angle to make some money. Here are some upcoming IPOs, and I have my eye on a couple of these that kind of spark the interest. Here's the ones that I'm looking to see if they got any moves that potentially could be made. And specifically, I'm really focusing on these because I think these are the biggest bang for your buck if you can catch the run. I like Bullfrog AI Holdings. AI is hot right now, and so this could definitely explode, especially if it comes out swinging. I also like this Intensity Therapeutics. I'm always a big pharmacology type of guy, and farm definitely can run hard and dump hard as well. But if you can catch the run, man, you can make some serious money. And I like this Neuraxis, and it's definitely another one of those in that particular industry that got my attention. All right, and your top story, the top one is these 20 AI stocks are expected by analysts to rise up to 85% over the next year. And we'll look at that here more in a second. But the stock market isn't giving you the all clear, and the breakout warnings are there for the downside, says Wells Fargo. And that's stuff I've been preaching, guys. Usually you have the melt up, which is a dramatic V-shaped recovery, and then you have the melt down, which you usually see all of the gains that were quickly made just lost, and then you continue to slide until you hit that bottom. And not top news, but noteworthy, Mike Pence reportedly subpoenaed by special counsel. We're not really concerned about that. Elderly postal worker fought Chase Bank for years to recover stolen funds before his death. That could give some downward pressure, especially if it's gaining media attention as far as business practices are concerned. No more Crisco here out of Philadelphia. Here's what Philadelphia is using to grease the polls in case the Eagles win the Super Bowl. And guys, I gotta say it, man, if you've never done sports betting, you might want to just go ahead and dip your feet into the pond on this particular Super Bowl. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, don't hate me for being a Kansas-born type of guy. Go Chiefs, baby. Stocks I like for trades. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look at SPY first. In the orange, you have my swing triggers where I'll be looking to potentially swing trade on SPY. And then in the purple, we have a nice inside bar on the 4-hour chart, and those are my triggers for some day trading. So SPY will be interesting tomorrow because we'll see a lot of volatility, especially from this decline that it had today, and we should look for some continuation, as those are what the indicators are signaling towards us. However, we know that SPY can find support and turn on a dime, so we got to be ready to activate the calls if we get the bullish momentum. Lyft absolutely got destroyed after hours. Now, I think this would be a prime candidate for a potential strong bounce play. I think Lyft, I don't think that the company is good on an earnings perspective because they're still not showing a path to profitability. However, they have a lot of bullish sentiment long term, and at this price where it's at, I could see people getting interested in saying, you know what the hell, throw $1,000 into Lyft, go ahead and just hold it for a long period. You know, everybody needs competition. Uber is the clear winner in this sector. However, Lyft would be a fantastic alternative, and especially could even be a potential acquisition by Uber. I heard that on the news today. That is something that could probably pick up some steam and potentially push a little bit of volume. So watch for the bounce play. And in the orange, I have the bounce play idea right there. And if we're talking about Lyft, let's go ahead and talk about Uber. I think we got a little downslide on Uber. I think it had such a huge run up that it's in a cool down period. I wouldn't be surprised if we cool down from here. We lose our long EMA and we go ahead and start trending to the downside and maybe hit around that $34, $33 range before we start to see some support. And let's go ahead and get into a free alert. We're going to look for a couple trades. We're going to give you a long trade and a short trade on this particular free alert. If we start to get those bullish indicators, we're going to go ahead and get into the $40 call, and we're going to push this out until March. I want to buy time in case we take another dump if we're in a call, so that we have a tactical opportunity to go ahead and average down and come out with even more profit. So definitely buying time on these volatile and speculative stocks is what you got to do. And if you go up, you got to go down. And if we start to get the downward trending indicators pinging off and giving us the idea of bearish sentiment, we're going to look at the 32.5 put going out until the 17th of March again. And I like this one. It has enough volume to make us interested, has a good open interest there, and the price is right. So those are the two ideas for the trade tomorrow. And if you want to follow me on the trade, then all you got to do is you got to join TWR Premium to follow me on this particular trade. I will give you guys the play-by-play every step of the way. The link to join is in the description. Here's a penny stock that I think has a good opportunity for a bullish move. It's coming into this end of a consolidation period, and we're starting to get a little bit of tightening from some broadening, which usually signals to me that we're looking to make a move one way or the other. If I had to judge on this, I think that we got some bullish sentiment on it, and I think we could push to the upside. So I got your two triggers there. I got your top line trigger, and I got your bottom line trigger. We either go long or short, but ASTS, I'm looking more to the call side or to the buying shares and trying to see if they can double. PayPal, any of you guys that are TWR Premium already know the plan with this particular trade because we already got into it. So we're hoping that we get a little bit of the bounce play. As you can see, extreme volatility in after hours, but we don't pay attention to that, okay? We're going to watch this in pre-market, and we're going to see what happens. Their earning report wasn't bad. That volatility right there, you can see two gaps in the area. It had a gap to the top and it had a gap to the bottom. That big, long candle right there just covered both of those gaps. So hoping that we get the continuation to the upside. Things are bright for this particular company, and a lot of the investors are liking what they're hearing from the CEO and the other executives inside of this organization. Net is an interesting play. This thing had a big push towards the end of the day, and you're looking pretty bullish on this one. So I'd be looking for the upside. So I got your two triggers right there. I got your bottom trigger, I got your top trigger. But if I was a betting man, I'd be betting on this to the upside. So that's what I'm going to look for when that bell rings. I'm going to look for some calls to the upside on this particular ticker, net. CRSR, we got some odd price action going around, man. This is a lot of chop, but we got a decent area here, okay? We're looking at the 1650 area for the potential of a swing to the upside, and we're looking at the 1525 area for some downward pressure, okay? But we got a nice big outside bar up on the inside bar from a 4-hour chart, and usually that symbolizes broadening, so we could continue the broadening both going up and down. I'm going with more towards the upside if I'm looking at the chart, and I think we can get that, okay? We got a lot of room that we can go to the upside. I think in looking at the price action, I like this one for a bet to the upside if we get the pressure and the volume that makes the price action move. And Tesla, geez Louise, Tesla like moved pretty much $100 in like a month. Who would have thought that? Well, I'm telling you what goes up very quickly has to come down. It has to cool down, okay? It gets buyer's exhaustion, and you're starting to see buyer's exhaustion happening. The volume is lowering. You're starting to wick out at the top. So I'm betting on this one coming to the downside just a little bit. Now, it could definitely bounce from the bottom and push back up, but I think we come back to test some of the lower levels first before we get that next push to the upside. And with that, this is your risky-free alert, guys. This is not for the faint at heart, man. Tesla can make you a millionaire, and it can break your soul all in the same day, guys. So definitely, if you get into this trade, you need to be ready for whatever, okay? So let's get into it. This is the contract I'm looking with. Now with Tesla, you usually are good with a little bit more out of the money type of trade than normally would be on other tickers, because Tesla tends to shift anywhere between $10 to $15 in a given trading session. So we're going outside the money a little bit, which is a little risky because our delta to theta ratio isn't 2 to 1 like we like. In fact, it's 1 to 2. Looking at it, you got that delta of the 20 and a theta of the 43. But as long as we slide in the direction we want to go, we should be able to make some money. So I'm going to be looking to the put side, and if I see that volume cooling off, I'm going to go ahead and hop into this trade. And as always, you want to follow me in this trade? Join TWR, baby, and come and get some with the big dogs. Upcoming TWR classes. And our next TWR class is set, so register today, guys. The link is in the description, or you can always go to traderswarroom.com/upcoming classes. On 19 February, our guest instructor, Diesel Trades, is going to teach you how to day trade by reading candles, volume, and momentum. And if you guys have not seen Diesel trade, he is a fast-paced, big money-making machine, guys. He is badass. And for $25 for a 2-hour class, you can get your seat reserved. And oh, by the way, every purchase gets the recording for a tool. Guys, we want you to plan your battle with TWR classes and make that market bend the knee, because TWR bows to no one. I'll see you in class on 19 February at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And don't forget, the link is in the description or traderswarroom.com/upcoming classes. Traders War Room is your one-stop shop. Try our TWR one-to-one mentoring. Does the market have you feeling like this, or wanting to rip your hair out while you watch your account dwindle? If that's you, then Traders War Room has you covered. Our one-to-ones focus on you as a trader or investor. The Zoom session connects you with a TWR professional. Whether we're covering charts, developing a plan of attack, or being strategic and deep diving on the how, why, and execution of trade plans, TWR one-to-ones will give you the confidence to attack, conquer, destroy, and make the market bend the knee in 2023. Join TWR and bow to no one. Book your session today. The link is in the description or on the website at traderswarroom.com. Let's go to war. TWR Trading University is happy to announce open registration for our next option fundamental course. Did Wall Street make you feel like a complete loser in 2022? Or was everything going great and you blinked just for a split second and got repeatedly kicked in the you-know-what over and over again? TWR is here to help you. Our university's fundamental course is an in-depth 5-week-long course that's done live via Zoom platform. Our virtual classroom is where you can interact with the instructor, other students, or see copies of the classes right there on the platform, and rivals that of traditional online education. Testimonials from previous class graduates are proof that our cradle-to-the-grave approach works in giving you consistently profitable skills to trade options. Registration is open today. Links are in the description, or go to traderswarroom.com. I will see you there. Let's go to war. Join the TWR Investment Club. Check out our free chat to learn more. That's it, team. Don't forget, make the market bend the knee in 2023. Join TWR and bow to no one. The link is in the description or on the website at traderswarroom.com. Let's go to war.